Finish it.
Oh, we're good to go.
Avenger, assemble.
What If? By Marvel is a prism of limitless possibilities where a single decision can branch out into an infinite number of realities, generating different universes from the ones you are familiar with. Currently here to help you navigate the third and last season of the popular anthology series. Although we're not quite ready to finish this series, we am also finished with this joke. As the live-action MCU moves closer to the traditional and well-known, Marvel's animated anthology has been a welcome change of pace for the series, placing the characters in humorous or improbable new situations to either carry on their adventures or push them in a different direction. There are highs and lows in Season 3. Particularly Episode 1, What If the Hulk Fought the Mech Avengers, kicks things off on a high. The opening animation of the episode is not the series' usual style, but rather evokes 1960s cartoons, complete with a tinny announcer voice. The Go Avenger, Heroes of the Gamma War television series centers on the Avengers, which include Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Black Widow, and Hawkeye. Before the Hulk, in his wrath, unleashed Godzilla-like monsters on the world, which could only be defeated by Iron Man's mech suits, the Avengers protected the environment. Despite the fact that the adolescent girl watching the series has her viewing interrupted by a Wi-Fi outage, this is the only in-universe exposition we will get for the time being. The service disruption is being caused by the same grotesque creatures she saw in her animation, which are currently tearing through her city. If only the problem were as little as a modem that has to be reset. Don't worry if you're confused, I am, too. Fortunately, Jeffrey Wright's character, the Watcher, is here to bring us back to the early days of the Gamma War. He sets a scene that seems eerily similar. Similar to Captain America, the Winter Soldier. However, it's Bruce Banner, Mark Ruffalo, reluctantly going for a run, with Sam Wilson, Anthony Mackie, passing him on his left, rather than Steve Rogers, Chris Evans, jogging next to the Washington Monument. As Bruce gets his breath after their runs, Sam follows up with him and explains that the cardio is his most recent stress reduction technique and is meant to relieve his tension. Sam recommends treatment as an alternate solution to Bruce's small green issue. At the beginning of the therapy, Bruce acknowledges that the thing that worries him the most about his metamorphosis is realizing that he is as scared of himself as everyone else is. Sam concludes that Bruce needs a buddy as well and offers to be that friend for him after Bruce explains to him that loneliness is caused by fear. He takes Bruce and his sister Sarah out on the family boat, and everything goes smoothly until the sea gets a little rougher and one of the boat's masts falls, almost hitting Sarah. In time, Bruce moves her out of his way, but the mast knocks him down instead, and the stress of it all overwhelms him, transforming him. When he sees the dread in Sarah's eyes and perhaps a little in Sam's, though it doesn't show in his voice, he is pulled out of his anger and the Bruce portion of his brain takes control. Bruce attacked himself with gamma radiation once more, this time with the intention of completely eliminating the Hulk, because he was so terrified of that day. Anywhere though I'm not anywhere close to being an expert in gamma radiation, I received a language degree in graduate school, I could have informed Yar. Banner that doing more would probably make your issue worse rather than better. The gamma radiation forces Bruce to Hulk out, which in turn enables another creature to separate from Bruce and take on the identity of the Hulk completely. This turns out to be exactly Bruce's problem. The Apex is a Godzilla-like beast that embodies all of the Hulk's fury without any of Bruce's compassion or tenderness. Not to mention his enormous size, lizard-like appearance, and ability to summon smaller Hulkzillas from his back at will, generating an army of monsters. Tony Stark designed enormous Hulkbuster suits for every member of the Avengers to combat the threat. This only worked so long because the original Avengers were killed in the battle against the creatures, which motivated the remaining Avengers to continue where they left off. Eventually, they succeeded, and the last creatures fled into the ocean, believing them to be destroyed. This brings us to the present, when Sam is in charge of the new Avengers 10 years after the war's conclusion. Composed, among others, of Bucky Barnes and Photon, also known as Monica Rambeau. To resolve the matter without all of them dying like the Avengers did, the three call upon the other Avengers, Shang-Chi, Moon Knight, Nakia, Red Guardian, and Melina. Monica informs Sam that they must summon Bruce after Nakia traces the beast signature back to the Arctic and claims it resembles that of the original Apex. Sam says he and Monica will go to the Arctic to look into it while everyone else holds up their forts, but he is hesitant to call his old friend. Monica tells Bucky to find out where Bruce is as they head out, pointing out that they barely won the last time and that they can't win without him. When Sam and Monica reach the Arctic, they follow the signal to what appears to be a desolate ice plain until 3 of the Apex's creations burst through the ice to engage in combat. The battle only ends when a huge explosion knocks them both underwater because their large guns aren't much of a match for the animals. To keep them dry and toasty, at least they have those suits. They pass millions of the animals on their trip to the ocean below, all of them thankfully utterly indifferent in Sam and Monica. As it happens, the Apex is still very much alive and well, and the monsters are going topside to muster for him. Sam and Monica discover that the Apex is preparing an assault on civilization when he leads the creatures into the sea. Given that the creature's sheer might results in an earthquake and shock waves so great that the mech suits are rendered useless, it is unlikely that they will be able to take any action soon. In the first of several scenes in Season 3, characters are left out in the snow without nearly enough clothes while Sam and Monica fix the suits. It's a recurrent theme, I promise. Bucky phones Monica to let her know where he discovered Bruce. Monica thinks he went there for a reason after he tells her that he found him at a black site, which is a place that is legally non-existent. She tries to bring up the topic with Sam once more, but he dismisses her attempt, saying that Bruce is solely to blame. Monica notes that Sam is more hesitant and terrified to confront his old friend than he is to confront the Gamma Beasts, and she understands that his reluctance isn't due to fear of Bruce or even resentment toward him. He holds himself at least somewhat accountable because Sam attempted to assist him in overcoming his demons and it was unsuccessful. Having said that, Sam consents to go talk to him. The coordinates lead him to a very isolated island, where, for the first time in 10 years, Sam and Bruce meet in the bush. Bruce leads Sam to his home, a nuclear combat bomber on top of a derelict government facility. He leads him through the plane, past the inactive nuke, and over to his home, which is a hut he built on the wing of a plane. For a man whose survival depends on staying calm and stress-free, he sure concocted one hell of an exposure therapy program for himself. Inside, Sam explains their Gamma Beast problem, and Bruce refuses to get involved, saying he hasn't had an incident in years, which given his living situation, I am extremely skeptical about, and says he can't get involved in the fight the way Sam wants. Instead, he gives him a plug-in he wrote for the mech's interface to be used against the Apex. Sam takes it, but calls Bruce a coward for not wanting to get involved in the fight against the monsters he created, choosing to hide while the rest of the world tries to stop them. But Bruce tells him that the plug-in wasn't just written to stop the Apex. It was written with any unstoppable monster in mind, himself included, before departing. Sam tells Bruce that he has always viewed him as a friend and not a monster, and that he had hoped that having Bruce's assistance in this battle would alter his viewpoint. On the way home, he phones Monica to inform her that the plan didn't work out and that Bruce won't be coming. However, she has some updates of her own, letting him know that she and the others are on their way to New York, where they are monitoring the Apex and the Gamma Beasts. After explaining the plug-in to her, Sam uploads the plans to their shared server so that everyone may view his creations. The team is dubious about the weapon's size and complexity, pointing out that if the unproven technology fails, they may be killed and the world could be at risk. But they have no other choice because the creatures are already assaulting New York. Sam shows up and gives the command for the Avenger to gather after the squad stalls by facing the creatures one at a time. Yes, this just became a Power Rangers episode when their mech suits bend and unite to create a single, enormous mech suit with unified interfaces. Before focusing on the Apex, they eliminate the Gamma Beasts, but their attempts to blast him only result in an increase in his gamma levels, which causes the suit to explode back and knock him out. Bucky is concerned that the city would be exposed to that much gamma radiation, but Nakia correctly surmises that his intention is to absorb it, an action from which he will never recover. Bruce causes another gamma-infused explosion by launching the nuke, and hence himself, onto the city. The Apex and the Gamma beasts were not killed. Instead, Bruce became a monster capable of facing the Apex, albeit one with a conscience because he was embracing this aspect of himself. He intends to kill the Apex and take control of all the creatures, which becomes evident when the other beasts pause to monitor the fight's conclusion. As the Apex takes the upper hand, Bruce musters the will to put an end to the Apex for good, while Sam returns to his mech suit to serve as a distraction. With a lengthy burst of lime green fire, he does so and takes command of the Gamma beasts. The Avengers are about to shoot at him when he turns his attention to them, but Sam tells them to stop. After all, nothing can't be resolved by a quick conversation between friends. As ridiculous as this may sound, the method does work. All Bruce needs to do to get down is to say something kind and calm and to reassure him that they are still friends. The Watcher comes to the conclusion that friends who accept us for who we truly are what help us get through the darkest times in human history. He takes the Gamma beasts out into the ocean and back to his island. Or simply our own, perhaps. As the last season of What If begins, it's a lovely way to end things. That concludes our review for today, but the discussion is far from over. For more, leave a comment, hit like, and subscribe for more videos. Keep the magic of movies alive until the next time. Signing off from FK Bytes.